Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you today how to do an AFK farm for gems in PvZ Heroes. So, you'll notice I'm not actually in the game. That's because we're going to be using a macro, and to make the macro very efficient and having like a failsafe basically, you restart the game after every single run through. I'm going to try and just get through all the basics and just, yeah, you can obviously do some modifications. A lot of experimentation is really helpful when you're done. But like to see what gets you the most in the shortest amount of time. But yeah, this seriously is the most efficient. Like it lets you do, you can get a lot of cool decks and a lot of cards that you basically can't even get unless you are basically doing this method or paying actual money. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to System Apps and go to Android Settings. And then you're going to go Google right here and then Ads. This is because of, if you've seen, there's a video by Undying Pharaoh, the YouTuber, and it's how I'm doing this method is you can reset your advertising ID, and that will make it so, because normally there's a limit to the amount of ads you can watch in a day for gems, but when you reset your advertising ID, that just resets the amount, so you can do it infinite times. So my recommendation is to run this overnight. I run this overnight, and it always gets me at least 2,000 gems overnight, which is a lot. You can do 2 11s. That's going to probably be about 3,000 sparks if you have a lot of the cards of the set already unlocked. I'm not even very far in. I've been playing for about 1 season on this account. I have a different account, but yeah, I like to play on my computer because I can do this method and get a lot more stuff. So yeah, basically, you want to go to Android Settings, go to Google, go to Ads, reset Advertising ID. You don't have to do this, but basically the gist of it is you're going to have this open before every run-through. Because if you click this, you can do this in a macro. You can say, okay, and reset your Advertising ID midway through a macro. So let's just, run through and see what it's going to look like. Basically, you just want to have this tab open, make sure it's up to the reset Advertising ID area, go home, and so over here it should say macro recorder. Now I know that when I click this, it doesn't actually show any of the things here or this button here, but basically you want to click open macro tool. And when you click open macro tool, then we'll say record new macro. And that's what you're going to want to do. So you want to record a new macro and then open the game. Basically you open the game and then you'll be on the front screen. And when you get there, you can see up here the timer. I know you can see that. This is the amount of gems I got from last time. And so, basically, it takes a little bit, but eventually this little button here, it'll let you watch ads for gems. So you're going to wait for that to show up. And you want to make sure you're not clicking anything before it, because it could mess up some stuff up. And just any minute now, it'll show up. It does take a little bit. So yeah, there it is. It says earn, and it has gems. So you click that, and then you click watch ad. And so it starts watching an ad. Now, I recommend waiting 45 seconds. If you notice patterns with your advertisements that are all 30 seconds and no more, but most of my ads are 30 seconds, and then there's a screen for 15 seconds, and then an X shows up. So here's an X up here, but if you click this, it'll say, do you want to continue watching the advertisement to get your reward? So you want to make sure that that doesn't show up. So you just got to wait until it finishes. And see, now at the bottom left, there's a 15-second timer. That's about how long my ads are. And so if you get one of your really long ads, that's actually pretty good while you're making the macro, because then you'll know you got the longest possible ad. And so it says 3, 2, 1, 0, and then an X shows up in the top right. You click on that X, and then you want to go over to Android Settings, click Reset Advertising ID, OK, then close the game, and end the macro. Now, that's kind of a lot of things to take in at once. But if you could slow that down and do all those things. I was just doing it because you want to do it in a timely manner. And so you've made a macro. I know you can't see my actual screen here, but once you have your macro done, you can click Settings next to it, and then it'll say Repeat Execution, and you want to click Infinitely until stopped, and then Save. Then I can close everything out, and now I'm seeing the same thing as you. From here, I can go Home, click Macro Recorder, open Macro Tool. Now, if you have a bunch of macros beforehand like I do, you might have to scroll to the bottom, but I see mine right here. You can rename it to whatever you need to. and then you can just click play, and then we'll play. So I can play it, and I know that you guys can see this. It's just called Macro 5, and it's running for the first time. And see, it opens the game. And yeah, this will work forever. Like it could last for days, and it would never fail. Because of it just lasts forever because the biggest thing is that it resets every time. Sometimes it'll open up like browser or the Google Play Store, and that's not good. But it's not too bad because when it opens the game, it also switches to that tab, and it will like get off any other tabs it's on. So basically, it'll get off of like browser or Google Play Store. Those might be open, but you don't gotta really worry about it. And then it will just open the game and then continue doing this and getting you 5 gems every single time. So you can actually measure how many you're going to get after a certain amount of time, because you can know you're going to get 5 every time. Now I've experimented with like doing like 3 ads in one macro and just making it like a really long one to see if it can maximize, because you don't have to reset it every time. Because every time you reset, it gets you like 20 ads, I'm pretty sure, because you're supposed to be able to watch like 20 ads in a day. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff it can do. It's basically, you can customize it in a lot of ways. I don't know if I'm using the best method, but just like you can see from here, it's probably going to work this time if I didn't mess it up. But yeah, see, it just closes it, and then it should go over to Android settings. I'm not doing anything. You see my mouse over here. It's clicking everything itself. It resets the advertising ID, closes the game, and it goes home. Or it actually doesn't go home. I don't even know if you have to, but it opened the game by itself. That's what's important. But yeah, I'll stop the macro now. And since it's running infinite times, it'll just do that forever. And yeah, just to finish the video, I'm just gonna, I guess, open 3,000 gems worth of packs. I think I'm gonna open some galactic packs, because I've done a lot of premium. I have almost all the heroes after a very short amount of time, which is saying something. I'm only missing like Electric Boogaloo and Citron, which I don't really care for too much, so I don't really mind. But yeah, this is going to just be like a sneak peek. This, the macro that I got that got me all of these gems was running for less than 24 hours. So what's kind of sad is that this makes more gems than like winning every single ranked game you play in a row and ranking up all the way. It makes it quicker than that. So yeah, it's going to get some good super rares, and at the end I'll go and recycle all my extras to see what kind of good stuff I can get. Wow, see, a bunch of super rares. I got a legendary even. Binary stars. Yay! I mostly don't really need a lot of the things I get. I usually just craft most of the decks, but sometimes you get something good. My favorite deck right now is King Leap. Fry 'em Up made a video of it with Intergalactic Warlord, and that's basically what I'm running. I only have 2 copies of King and 2 copies of Intergalactic Warlord, but it's still fun. Yeah. If you are stuck or anything, you could rewind the video, put it in a little bit slowed down, and see if you could figure it out from there. Or you could leave a comment if there's any issues or anything. I'll try my best to answer any questions. But yeah, that's basically it. We're just going to keep opening these packs, and then I'll end the video. I made something similar on the Battle Cats. It's a way to get a ton of cat food that way if you play the Battle Cats and you're interested. But yeah, oh, we got another legendary this time too. Wow, that's really good, actually. Interdimensional Zombie is one of my favorite cards, actually. I only have 1 copy, now I have 2. That's really nice. It fits into a lot of my favorite decks. It fits into King Leap. It's because it leaps so much. That's actually awesome. See, this is epic. You can get tons of good stuff from this method. This is, seriously, I usually like wake up and have the ability to open like two packs always at least. Because yeah, when you go to sleep, it can just run in the background. It also can run in the background of if you're like doing anything else on your like computer or anything, because how BlueStacks works. By the way, this is for BlueStacks, and I technically didn't mention it. I'll mention it in the title of the video though. How BlueStacks works is if it can click with macros in the background. So if I'm like, I don't know, like doing something else, like playing a different game on my computer, it'll still be able to click on this screen and do this macro in the background. So as long as you can handle like the slowing down. Wow, Astrocado. Man, I guess I'm really lucky with these, man. I got Dr. Spacetime, Astrocado, and a Black Hole. Like I got really good stuff from all these packs. But yeah, that's basically it. I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. Leave a comment if you're confused about anything. 4,845 sparks. I could craft a legendary in one day. Crafting a legendary every day, you could craft entire decks really quickly. So yeah, that's basically it. If there's any issues or anything, please leave a comment. If there's any kind of thing that you think I did wrong, that you think you could do better, please leave a comment. Like, leaving comments would really, I appreciate it. Like, it just helps me know. I could even take down a video and make another one with us, like if I mess something up super badly. So I really appreciate anything. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it.